Back with another late night video. Today, I want to talk about specifically the importance of having new experiences and how new experiences are going to allow you to take the process that you've been developing, as I discuss on this channel, as far as character development, principles development, uh, learning to live life in such a way where you develop a vision, you develop the principles that require you to become the person that will attain that vision, and then develop habits on a daily basis to put yourself in that position is to have new experiences that don't seem like they're related to that particular goal or vision that you have. And the reason that's important is because you learn about yourself through those experiences. And this kind of goes without saying. You hear a lot of people all the time talk about new experiences, the importance of having new experiences, etc. Now, the reason I want to mention it in the context of developing yourself and your principles and the life that you want to create is because fundamentally, remember, that whatever you're developing internally needs to be tested in different contexts. So what that means is that you may think that you're on the right path, that you're doing all of the right things. Then you have an experience and you realize, oh, you didn't know as much as you thought you did. Or there's more information that you learn by having the experience that would have been useful to you had you known about that information when you started developing the principles that you thought would make you resilient to that particular experience, which in fact you were not as resilient as you wanted to, or you were not as wise as you wanted to be, right? So that's why it's important that every time you do something, you test it, kind of like the scientific method, like I talk about sometimes, is that you're trying to approach your life in a similar fashion. Now, again, you don't want to have so many controls where you suck the fun out of life, but at the same time, as you start to do things, whether it's meditating, exercising, eating healthy, writing journals, recording voice memos, stretching, making an effort to communicate with people on a regular basis, and taking all of that development and putting it in practice through the different processes that you have in your life, as far as your relationships, your professional life, your career, your money making endeavors, etc., is that you want to have experiences that may kind of like integrate many different processes together, but they're just kind of like fun experiences that you may have, that you may want to pursue, right? Maybe it's a hobby, maybe it's a gathering with a group of friends, or you want to meet some people. You go to an event, a new event. You meet up with a group of people because you're interested in a particular topic and you want to maybe explore that. You just kind of like put yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, do something a little bit new, because by doing that new thing, you're going to see how what you're doing applies to that experience. That's the goal. You want to see how what you're doing becomes relevant, or how you can make it relevant and make it apply to that new experience, right? And so you want to, after having that experience, you want to reflect on, okay, what was this experience like in relationship to the developments that I've been going through, right? And you want to be able to link those two together. And if you see that there are any discrepancies or any work that need and anything that needs work, you make a note of it, but you also make sure to always give yourself credit. The reason that's going to be important is because that's kind of like the motivation or the fuel that keeps you moving forward. I do not believe in general that people use negativity and criticism and judgment as good fuel, healthy fuel that will actually propel them towards any goals that they might want to achieve, or even like being in a good state of mind. It's very unlikely that you're going to meet somebody who's pessimistic and negative and who always finds faults in things, that has a good life. It's very rare that you're going to find that person. So what you have to remember is that you have to give yourself some grace. Show yourself a little bit of compassion, give yourself a little bit of credit, even when you're doing something small. It may seem insignificant, even if you do something right, you make a note of it. Because remember, you're the one self-parenting yourself. You can't expect other people to give you what you're looking for, which means that what you're trying to do in these types of scenarios is determine how grounded are you? How centered are you? How authentic do you feel? How integrated do you feel? How much sense does this situation make in relationship to how you are existing? So are you kind of like correlating the sense of your own existence, the meaning of your own existence with that experience? Which means, can you kind of like extract the different pieces or the value from that experience that will make it make sense to you? So initially, you may ask yourself, "What the hell are you talking about, Constantine? I don't know what you mean." But as you become more aware and as you start to go through this process and as you start to ask yourself the questions that I'm asking, that I'm posing right now in this video, is you're going to start to see that things become more coherent. They become more useful to you. And also, you become more useful to the situation and to other people, right? So it's kind of like a win-win in that sense. So this is just kind of like encouraging you to have new experiences, to try new things, and to see what resonates with you, and also to see, okay, well, as far as my process is going, what is working well, what needs a little bit of improvement, and let me make those adjustments. And also, you can feel confident in knowing that as you're having these new experiences, you're also simultaneously growing and you're getting more information and you're feeling more integrated, because fundamentally you feel more integrated when you can have you can have different experiences in such a way where whatever happens internally as a response to those experiences does not fragment you. It doesn't move you. It doesn't kind of like take you off center. So I hope this video was helpful. It was kind of like a late night kind of motivational video. And I think that's pretty much it for me for today. So I hope you take it, you use it in whatever way you can. And it's just like a reminder, just like go out there and do it. Go out there and do it. You're not going to regret it. And the only reason you're not going to regret it, well, the only way you're not going to regret it is if you go into it with an attitude of openness, of wanting to learn and to grow. And remember what I wrote in my article, and I think the article was entitled Functional Self-Love or something to that effect, is that you're not putting yourself in toxic situations with toxic people. That's not the point. I'm not saying have a new drug experience. I'm not saying have a new experience with, people that you don't resonate with, who are narcissistic, who are negative and complaining all the time. I'm not telling you to have those types of experiences. So don't use this as a license or as an excuse to have those types of experiences. That may go without saying, but I guess I have to say it sometimes. So yeah, hope that video was helpful. This video was helpful. And if it was, make sure you like it. You leave a comment down below, ask a question. You could agree with me, disagree with me, whatever. And that's it. If you like the video, subscribe to my newsletter as well. You could follow me on X and DM me there, or just contact me through the YouTube comments. So in the meantime, I bid you a good day or a good night, depending on where you are in the world and when you're watching this, and I'll see you soon.